Heyo everybody, Haku here with this week's read-through, my reactions to the next 4 chapters of The Promised Neverland. We got 129, 130, 131, and 132, so we're really close to catching up. I almost thought about taking the week off because I've got a million things going on this week, and since I'm so busy, but I decided not to because I really want to keep reading, keep doing these videos, keep getting closer to catching up. And so yeah, I decided not to take a week off from this, but I'm excited. Last time we got Emma basically deciding, screw your genocide plan, I'm going to try to save everybody. So I love Emma and I love Ray going along with her. But Norman's still clinging to, yeah, I'm just going to kill a bunch of innocent people in addition to the bad ones. So yeah, kind of not liking Norman right now. Just my opinion, I just don't like Norman that much, and I kind of think if he would have died earlier on, it would have really made what Emma and Ray have been through feel so much more impactful. So, not the biggest Norman fan, I've got to say, but I love Emma and Ray, and I'm excited to see who else is going with them. That's something I'm really excited for. Who else will go with them to try to do this Seven Walls thing? Because they're going to have to get into that demon temple to do this, aren't they? Which is going to be crazy. We're going to get into a lot of lore stuff. Oh, and I want to see more Sungju and Musica's group. I really love Musica even more now. I want to see more of her group. That, I guess, is it. Last week, I think I did this last week, but I'm going to say it again here. If you see some kind of clumsy transitions between each chapter, I think just in case, so that I minimize my risks of losing a lot of footage, I'm probably going to sort of just save my recording between each chapter. Just again to be double sure that nothing messes up with this, or if it does, it affects as little as possible of the video. So yeah, that's it. Let's get into reading. We got 129 to start off with, and we have Norman up here in the first panel. Oh yeah, and I've been recording for 45 minutes already today, so sorry if my voice is going to be kind of shot throughout this read-through, because read-throughs are always long. Voices from the distant past rising anew in his mind. Don't bother trying to argue, okay? I've made my decision. Believe me, this is the correct choice, so that we don't lose anybody else. Norman. Ray. Emma. I will. And we got the translator page. And now we got a frontispiece page. Chapter 129. The burden I must take. And this must be the Lambda experiments. Man, sometimes they get into some crazy, dark, gory stuff in the series. Alright, just taking in this little frontispiece cover page thing. Okay, and now we see Norman and Zazie heading down, opening this big gate. Yo, boss, I was looking for you. Holy shit, and they have a demon all chained up down there. So again, I don't really like Norman's group. They're just as bad as the demons, really, just on the human side of things. It's been a while since I've come to this place. I come here often. Yeah, it puts me in a good mood, say Cicero and Barbara. So, what do they want to talk about? Many things, he says. First, they don't want demons to be exterminated. I knew it. And, what's your position? Asks Vincent. Calm down, nothing changes with the plan. Also, they say the girl with the cursed blood is alive. What? That's kind of a big deal. I'm thinking about what to do. Just leave it to me. Apparently Emma's group met her. They're friends even. Huh? With that cursed blood girl. I can see good opportunities in that, but it can also be inconvenient, says Vincent. So that's why. This is the reason she doesn't want to kill the demons. How in the hell? Friends? With them? What the hell is this? How? Why? The demons. The demons aren't like that. Not like that at all. And we see her thinking back to... Okay, so her and Cicero, it looks like they're from the same place, maybe. If that is him. them being taken to Lambda and experimented on. She's thinking back. Oh, damn it. It's happening. My head, it's splitting apart. Barbara, and she starts gagging. Same thing as always. Crap. It's been only a few days. The fits are happening more often. For all of us, you know. Oh, the experiments. Well, either it's something caused from the experiments, kind of like trying to make their brains and bodies like crazy jacked up even further, or it's just straight PTSD. Where's your medicine? In my room. I have some to spare. Come, Barbara, take them all. She starts taking medicine. We've had to increase the dosage too. It's not just the increasing frequency. The condition itself is worsening. I believe we have less time than I thought. You see, this is what they are. Less than animals, no more than things. This is what the demons do to humans. This is what we are to them. How could anyone doubt that? And we see sort of the sad looks, even behind the mask, the sad looks from Zazie, Vincent, and Cicero. If only they were all gone. You know, boss, while you were out, we had a little chat with Emma and Ray, says Cicero. They're good kids. They kept blurting dumb, optimistic things, but they're good kids after all, for real. So I'm wondering, you're still on this side, right, boss? You're still our boss, right, boss? You're not regretting it or anything, right? And then he looks at them all. Look at all I've done. Of course I can't go back anymore. And we see all the pieces of demons they've collected. So yeah, basically they've embraced the dark side and basically being as bad as the demons just for the human side. February 2047. And these are all the results from this place. The data from Lambda. And we have a younger Norman with younger Vincent. It's not enough. Well, it's no surprise that most of it's about us humans, but what about the demons? What do they eat? How do they transform, regenerate, evolve, devolve, and die? Okay, and now we see, I assume that's going to be Zazie with some demons they have captured. And, oh, in that panel before, that's Cicero and, the one guy looks like Adam, but that's Cicero and Barbara. The one guy looks like Adam, though Adam shouldn't have been there at the time, you wouldn't think. Adam should have probably ended up in Goldie Pond before then, but then again, how would somebody in Lambda end up in Goldie Pond to begin with, I guess? So yeah, there's a lot of questions going on. We're going to need much more data on the demons. And now we see all the parts from the ones they experimented on. The one still chained to the wall. I'm perfectly sure of my path. I started it all. I'm the one who should take care of it. These are burdens that I alone must take. Emma and Ray are wonderful, kind people, but in a world like this, kindness isn't enough. If I hadn't decided to be shipped back then, I wonder if everyone would have been able to escape at all. I have no regrets. I have to save them. Oh wait, hold on. I missed something. No, I didn't. Never mind. I have to save them. Emma and Cicero and all of our fellow human beings. I have to save them all. His own lonely road to atonement. And for that, Emma, I will gladly make myself a god or a devil. Yeah, this is a really, really cool panel. But at the same time, he's pretty much just saying, I've decided even if it's not what you want, I'm gonna make you, even though she's saying, genocide is not saving me, he's like, oh, but I know what's best for you more than you know what's best for you. So yeah, kind of screw Norman. I am totally against him at this point. I feel like Emma is legitimately saying to his face, hey, this is what would save everybody. And he's like, nah, I think I'll kill everyone instead. So, yeah, I'm not on the Norman train right now. Okay, now on to chapter 130. To the Promised Land, towards the light of hope. This is a really good frontispiece cover too. Chapter 130 announcement. Maybe announcement has to do with Emma and Ray telling the other kids their plan. I really like this one. Alright, here we go. Let's see where this leads. And I'm glad that we did get some backstory on Norman's stuff, what's going on with him. I would like to know more about his escape. I think that'd be a really cool story to tell. But it's maybe not like keyly important, the hows of him escaping right now. But either way, let's go into 130. An astounding announcement awaits the children. Sorry friends, but we're gonna check out the 7 walls. Be back soon. And everybody looks surprised. What? Wait right there. What do you mean, Toma and Lonnie? Norman already said he'll have all the demons exterminated, says Nat. Yes, he did, but you know, and Emma is like sweating. I tried very hard to keep quiet about it, but in the end I couldn't hold it back anymore. I kinda don't want him to be exterminated, you know? What? Extermination? Extinction? I can see the logic in it. It's the safest, or it's the surest, safest way from a practical point of view. Maybe if all the demons were just evil, but the village demons are just trying to live their lives. They have families, children, babies. If we're gonna exterminate them, to starve them until they regress to wild demons, then how much fear will we create? How much hatred? If it's possible, I don't want to kill them. I don't want anybody to kill them. And we see her visions of all the pain and turmoil that could happen. We see the baby demons, the demons killing each other, and then all the children reacting. Okay. There's also the matter of Musica and Sungju. Will we kill them too? And the older kid, or the not older in terms of age kid, but the older in terms of being around in the story more, kids react. But I know this is all about my preferences. I'm only telling you what I'd like to do personally. I have no intention of involving any of you, and Norman told us he has no intention of stopping or delaying his plan either. We don't even know yet whether there's a way out of this a way out of this other than extermination. So I'll go check it out a little bit with Ray, okay? I don't want to do anything I'll regret later. I want to choose the future. And then Toma and Lonnie looked to each other. I see. I guess we didn't really consider the consequences. Well, you haven't been out to the cities. You haven't seen the demons' lives with your own eyes, says Ray. And then Sandy looks down. There's more than enough reason to hate them, but even then I didn't even consider that the enemy might have another side. Sandy. But still, I hate the demons, says Gillian. Emma, I get what you mean, and I don't want to kill your friend Musica and all, but our family matters a lot more to me than all of them. You matter. I can't bring myself to go easy on them. And we see her thinking back to everything that happened. More than anything, I want safety for my friends. If that's what it takes, then the children, the babies, and she breaks down, starts crying. How come? Says Gilda. You were almost killed by them just a while ago. Why? And then Anna thinks back to it. She's funny in the head, says Ray. I couldn't get it either when I first heard it. Well, that's our Emma, you know. Don, and he just smiles. Guess that's it then. Be back soon, you two. Don. Hey, it's them, you know. This decision must have come after some mind-boggling discussions and so on. I too was happy that we could avoid the dangerous thing with the 7 walls, but on the other hand, I'm not opposed to Emma's ideals. After all, one has to choose a life that won't bring regrets, even if the risks are great. That's how we've made it this far, right? That's the freedom we chose. Man, I love how supportive Don is. At this rate, even if we're against it, we'll never stop them anyway, he laughs. But still, there's no need for you to put yourself in danger again, and this path is very, very dangerous, you know that, right? It's not necessary at all. Why, Emma? Why do you always have to be the one who... I'm so sorry, she hugs Gilda. I'm sorry it always go away. Why am I starting to ship Emma and Gilda after all this time? The stuff in Gracefield, the stuff in the bunker, and like now here. I'm sorry it always go away like this, but this is the only choice where I can face myself in the mirror later on, you know. And also, this time it isn't just about me. I want to stop Norman from killing himself. Huh? Norman? Yeah, Norman's doing it all over again, says Ray. He's not planning to literally get himself killed, but he's killing his own heart. He's trying to shoulder it all alone, and all for our sakes, just like back then. Emma and I can't ever accept that, says Ray. He got himself shipped and we could escape. He must think this was the single correct solution, that it was a success. It's no success at all, says Emma. Everybody worked very hard, and I'm grateful, though it's not over yet. But for us, that escape plan stopped being a real success the moment that we made use of Norman like that. Of course, because they wanted to escape with everybody, and logically, they didn't. I don't want to fall to the same logic again. I won't let him. I want to prove to Norman that there are certain things we can only be sure of if we try. Again, that's just my personal feelings, but it's another reason why we're going to the walls. I want to go check out what's possible, and come back to tell the tale. We'll be back as soon as we can, before Norman can execute the Demon King and the nobles. But, if worst comes to worst, I want you all to choose a path that you can be proud of. Please take care of Norman. You dummy, says Gilda. I don't want to hear about the worst case. You better come back alive no matter what. Say it, even if it's a lie, promise me. I don't have to lie. I'll promise right now. Whatever happens, I'll come back to you. I'll be back. Understood. You can count on me while you're away. Go, do what you need to do. We'll be waiting. God, I love Emma and Gilda. Why? Why is this happening to my heart? And we see all the Goldie Pond kids smiling at them, and then the Gracefield kids. Right. When are they going? Asks Vincent. Apparently they can leave as early as tonight as long as the moon's out. Okay, and now we see Emma with the jar and one of those flowers. This is just like this is just like what we tested that time. Okay, everybody, I'm going. There comes the time that waxes eternal, to the 7 walls, to find insert name here. Oh, when they're gonna do that thing, they're gonna use their blood in that flower, I guess, somehow. In search of another solution. And we see the dragon, and I guess that person is insert name here. Chapter 130, end. I was kind of hoping some more people would head out with them, but I'm cool with just Emma and Ray. I like their duo chemistry working together, like when they went off to Goldie Pond and all, and they're kind of the main characters here. Norman is too, but we've spent a lot more time with Emma and Ray, really. So, yeah, that was a really, really good chapter. Once again, both of, like, I feel like if this is the final arc, the mangaka here has been killing it, because the past few read-throughs, like every chapter, has just been so good. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and head on into 131 now. Alright, we got 131 with a jump cover here with Emma, Ray, and Norman on it. I like it. Oh, and we have Musica in the background too. Okay. I hope no one's upset about me not liking, because it's not that I don't like Norman's character. I think it's good writing and all, but I think people are going to be like, oh, you're just hating on him or something. But no, I think it's well written for the character. It all makes total sense with how his psychology would work after what happened before. I'm just saying that, like, it's one of those situations where it's good writing, but I don't like the character as a person. Like, if there's a good villain who's a terrible person, of course they're a good villain, but they're a terrible person. To the sky, we'll rise up high together. And we see, all of them floating with the windsocks. And I love that Emma's bringing Musica along too. And we constantly see Phil in the artwork. When are we going to actually see Phil again for real? Alright, chapter 131, The Entrance. So I guess we're going to go ahead and skip to them making it there. We see the temple, but that's if you join together all 6 tower paintings into a new world. Alright? And Emma's about to cut her hand. She has the jar and one of those flowers. Golden water plus the moon. Oh, and they're doing what they saw on the, on the paintings. Golden water plus the moon. The Vita herbs. Alright. So it's not a physical entrance. They aren't going to have to go back to that place. It's more of a spiritual thing like with the dragon. Okay. And then they put the herb in it. And this can take you there? Yeah, we already tested it. It works, says Don. Those ceiling paintings, they're the instructions on how to reach the entrance to the place of night and day. All of it. Just like the paintings. Okay? And this is interesting because we see the demon thing is kind of more scientific than spiritual. So it's interesting having this spiritual aspect in things. Emma, Ray, and the flowers bloom. It's time. Okay then. See you later. Emma. Oh gosh, here we go. And they vanish. What? Where are they? They disappeared. Gosh, here we go. And we see the door. And I love this. It's like a repeat of their journey with Yugo. Oh, I'm so excited. Everybody disappeared again. Yes, we're here once more. So that means they already know how to get back. It's good that they've tested it out. And we see they tested it before with Don and Gilda. There's a door. Hey, I can read these characters. You can? How? I've never seen this kind of writing. Beyond here, there's no return. If you should like to go back, you must at once pull open this door backwards. Welcome to the entrance. Come see me again, and from the entrance next time. Oh, and she remembers what the person told them. We're at the entrance. Beyond here we'll find insert name here. In the paintings of the 6 towers, the 5th ceiling was pitch black. I guess it's going to the place of night and day. I guess going to the place of night and day won't be a walk in the park, isn't it? Fine with me. Bring it on. Last time we went back from this point. Now we'll go forward. Let's go. Wait for us. Norman, Phil, all of you. And this time Emma pushes the door open. They both look surprised. November 2047, Royal Capital. Okay, so this is a flashback then, isn't it? Because it should be 2040... Or no, 2047 is where they're at right now, right? Because they escaped in 2045 or beginning of 2046. So now it should be around 2048, I think, maybe. So maybe this is like a few months ago. Alright. Okay. November 2047, Royal Capital. Rise, Doza. Mind your insolence. Oh, and I wonder if these are the 5 clan heads then. Okay. 5 regent families. Lord Doza. What for? When in the royal presence, we shall kneel anyway. This is what you get from a low-born parvenu. I say, you're as full of ceremony as your father, Bayonne. 5 regent families, Lord Bayonne, current head. Okay. More than half a year has passed since the elder Bayonne has disappeared. 5 regent families, Lord Pupo. Okay. Since the elder Bayonne. Alright. So this must be the Bayonne that died. This must be his son. Okay. Rumor has it that Archduke Louis, that younger brother to the throne, has also gone missing. Truly heart-rendering. Okay, so Louis then was the younger brother of the king. So we have Bayonne II, pretty much, Doza, Pupo, and Mai Luce, oh, and Nusa Numa from the House of Noom. No one knows where the siblings. 5 regent families, Lady Noom. Okay, so a relative of Nusanuma then. Endoza was related to Luce then, I guess. All of them at once. Really makes you wonder. A coincidence, really. Right, Bayonne? And then they all look at each other. What are you trying to imply? You don't know? Simple. Your father is enough. I do not have to listen to this. Be quiet now, Doza. Okay, so this is interesting. Did we see all 5 names? I only think we saw 4. No, we didn't see this one dude with the 4 eyes on his mask. I don't think we saw him, did we? Or this guy with the big fancy mask. Let's see. We have Doza, Bayonne. Okay, the guy with the 4 eyes is Pupo. And then Noom. So we didn't... The guy with the big fancy mask is the one we haven't seen yet. Alright. What are you trying to imply? You don't know? Simple. Your father is enough. I do not have time to listen to this. Be quiet now, Doza. Huh? Listen, little girl. Could you please stop this? Lord Doza, mind your tongue. You will now be before royalty. Okay, 5 regent families. Duke Evelk. Alright. So the rest are, lords, and he's Duke Evelk. You will now be before royalty. And it looks like they're all bowing as the doors open. Subjecting the whole world. Holy shit, that is an intricate mask. And they're very humanoid. And even the servants are very humanoid. This is interesting. You may look up. The Queen, Regula Valima. This is cool. I love the design of the Queen and those servants. And I love the 5 elders designs too. So I wonder if we go back, if they're the ones sitting around that table talking about insert name here at the beginning of the series. Chapter 131 end. I loved this chapter. I love this deep lore. I love the lore dumps on us. I love it so much. And I've been saying from the beginning of the series, you know, if you've been watching this read-through series, I want more lore for the demons. I want to know more about their society and the people behind them and everything. So I'm incredibly excited about this. I am so pumped about this. And I love that, again, the past few read-through videos, we've been getting that stuff. We've been getting what I've been waiting all season for, the lore behind what and who the demons are. So, oh man, this is so good. The first 2 chapters of this video were really good. That one, oh man. I want to see more of what Emma and Ray are doing. I'm incredibly excited for them to see the dragon and insert name here again. But boy, do I want to see more of this demon society. And I'll have to, again, take a look at the... try to take a look at some sort of timeline or put together some sort of timeline without being spoiled, because I think these events are happening a few months ago, because I thought it was a 2-year time skip we had, and before that it was a couple of months. They escaped at like the beginning of 2046, then I think we had a few months over the course of which Goldie Pond and the arcs before that took place. And after those few months, I thought it was another 2 years after that. So we should be well into 2048, I think. And this was in November 2047. So I think this is maybe a few months back. This might be not too long, because we see they were talking about the disappearances of the Goldie Pond group. So maybe because of that, this is only happening a little bit after that. Or I guess it would have to, if it was a few months ago, it would still be a year or so after that. But either way, I'm going to continue into 132 to finish off this video. Alright, 132, my voice is dead. It is totally gone, but I'm so excited. I am beyond pumped to read this, to read everything that is happening next. This is so good right now. Gosh, and then I'm going to have to wait until next week to do next week's video. Jeez, and I have so many other videos for Amazing Series to do. I am a lucky boy right now. The demons gather, the Promised Neverland, our gratitude for coming all the way here. And I like the way, of course, the highest demons in society would be the most humanoid. Her Majesty has called upon you today to deal with the notorious matter of recent robbery and the measures to be taken. You know what's interesting too, though? We saw in their description of, like, mythology and stuff that they were saying, oh, things that showed up in mythology were actually just humans interpreting demons that way or whatever. And we saw, like, an Anubis type person, so I wonder if there are, wouldn't there be more demons that were basically like old gods, you would think? But either way, well, we'll have to see where things are going. Our gratitude for coming all the way here. Majesty's called upon you today to deal with the notorious matter of recent robbery and the measures to be taken. Alright, very well. Okay, translator page. Chapter 132, Due Punishment. You may look up. The Queen Legravalama. Okay. She has very interesting fingers. And we see the 5 lords then. Duke Everk, Lord Bayonne, Lord Doza, Lady Noom, and Lord Pupo. Okay. Robbery. Oh, those wild attacks that have been happening on the farms of every land. The incidents increased even more the past half year. The consequent shortage of human meat has been increasing local unrest. Some are said to even be procuring meat from other farms. Soon we shall have need of the military to suppress the populace. It's as they say, the dominions of Lord Bayonne and Lady Noom have been hit especially hard. In truth, this is already a disaster. The brazenry. Everything he says gets on one's nerves, thinks Noom. Nay, the problem goes far beyond our domains, says Bayonne. It's not been made public, but Lambda and many of the farms in the series have already been destroyed. The damage already done to your Majesty and to our fellow lords is no trivial matter, surely. Indeed, and yet the gravest issue of is the criminal perfection of their method. And of course, this Everk guy is the one we saw at the beginning of the series. I know for sure we saw at least him. The way their attacks go flawlessly, as if they have full knowledge of the internal security. Moreover, farms dealing in high intelligence levels, such as Lambda and its series, seem to be targeted preferentially by these new robbers. As yet, we still know not in which manner could commodores acquire the means to, but if we assume that the bandits are feeding on the meat of Lambda and related, then their power and intelligence are already far beyond lowly commoners. What we have here must be a tremendous power in the hands of those who grudge us. So again, they're just completely selling the humans short, underestimating the humans. They don't think it's necessarily the humans, but rather that demons have eaten the humans and become even more powerful and intelligent. Alarming indeed. And we have blood dripping from a butterfly on one of her blade fingers. Okay. I care not whence the scoundrels came. Defiance will not be tolerated. We find them, we capture them, and we put an end to it. Send word to the entire army. They are to form execution squads from now on. Yes, sir. We already have hints of their headquarters. This matter transcends the divisions or the divisions of domains, so all will join forces to crush them. Punishment is due. We shall settle this before the Tefari ceremonies. Okay, and we see their military banding together. This is again so interesting to see their society and the different people they have. Like we had these big hulking brutish guys, these ones with armor and such, and then all the smaller soldiers too. They're marching through this capital. And we see somebody looking on from the bushes. I have to warn the boss. And was that, what's his name? Was that Jin? I have to warn the boss. And we see a messenger bird sent to Vincent. They've started. Good. The first move. All according to the plan. By raiding the farms and disrupting production, we increase dissatisfaction among the people. Then we force the hand of the monarchy, who has to take countermeasures against the raiders. It's going well. Our goal is to have the heads of the royalty and all of the 5 families, even clashing with Gilan's forces the royal army had a tad too many powerful soldiers. This way, we begin by dividing their forces. They'll now concentrate on apprehending us robbers, but they'll be chasing after a mirage. They believe the raids on Lambda and the other farms were carried out by other demons. We have Smee to thank for that. He made the destruction of Lambda seem that way. Furthermore, from the pattern and locations of our attacks, the enemy will now have narrowed down the location of our headquarters. Are you inviting the demons for a visit, boss? I'm not revealing the location of this hideout. They'll be targeting a different place altogether. The Lambda series itself has been invaded. The nobility will surely be mobilizing as many soldiers as they can, which is great for us, because this army won't be able to hit us. And what'll be really interesting is if Norman is underestimating the demons as well, and the demons have actually thought through that he's kind of pitting them against other demons, and they figured out, oh, it might be the humans doing this. And then, soon, it'll be Teferi. The royalty and the 5 regent families will gather in a single hall for the ceremony, and this year the security during the event must be short on hands indeed. But then, we'll strike. 8 days from now. While the Teferi is taking place, we'll assassinate the queen and the nobles. And I remember 8 days being a thing that was mentioned during the original Escape, so I like how they're calling back ties to the original Escape, with Norman trying to move the plan up or trying to sacrifice himself. I like that we're calling back and having these connections. Alright, talks about assassinating queen and nobles. Only 8 days. 8 days and we'll change the world. The game is on. Now for the next move. There's that issue still. What will you do about the girl with the cursed blood? As long as she exists, our goals can't be taken to a full conclusion. What now, boss? I already have a plan, of course. What? And Don and Gilda are being contacted. The boss is calling you. Don and Gilda. Norman. Us. Okay. Hey, Emma. What we're after are the 7 walls, right? Says Ray. I think Don and Gilda are smart enough to be able to not give up Sungju and Musica, though. Yes, says Emma. And we came in through the entrance. Right? Mm-hmm. Meaning we're beyond the threshold. Right? Right. This must be the place that the tower painting showed us as pitch black. Yeah. Then what in the world is that? I don't understand. How can it be? It's the Gracefield house. This must again be some crazy spiritual journey thing. Before their eyes, the very home of their childhood. Yeah, this must be another crazy spiritual thing that they're seeing that specifically because they are them. But yeah, either way, these 4 chapters are incredible. I'd love if there was even more intrigue added into, like, Norman actually not being just this super god galaxy brain who can outplan everyone, and actually having some demons who are smart enough to strategize as true rivals to him, and for him to struggle against the army and to maybe not have his plan all the way together. So, yeah, I love that concept. I hope Don and Gilda are smart enough to protect Sungju and Musica and not be deceived by Norman, because they'll probably try to lie to him and say, like, oh, we can protect your friends and they can be exceptions and stuff. I just, you can't trust Norman with this. Especially, and he's willing to lie to Don and Gilda. I don't even know if he is yet, but if he's willing to lie to Don and Gilda in order to do this, fuck that guy. I know he's trying to throw his heart away to save everyone, but everyone is pretty much said, you know, there's a better way to do this. And he's still dead set on doing a horrible thing. So, yeah, kind of screw Norman at this point. Screw that guy. So yeah, I suppose that's it. I loved these 4 chapters. This arc is so good. And I'm excited into what crazy shit that Ray and Emma can get into since they're in this crazy Seven Walls place. So I wonder if it'll be something where, like, the 7 walls are potentially 7 trials they've had to go through. Maybe after seeing the house, they're going and reliving some things there. They're going to have to sort of relive the bunker, relive Goldie Pond, some of the hardships they've been through. Is something like that going to be the 7 walls? Is the 7 walls going to be 7 walls within their hearts or something? Either way, it seems very spiritual. The best thing about this is seeing the royals and nobles and stuff. That is so cool. That is so cool. And I also want to learn more about Insert Name Here. They've been somebody hyped up from like the beginning of the series. So it'll be cool to see what the story behind the Insert Name Here is. Like the Tefari. What is the Tefari? Why does Insert Name Here uphold this promise? What's the reasoning behind their relationship with the royals? Can we even really trust them? Because if they're upholding this promise, how do we know they're not bad? So yeah, there's still so much more to learn about the series, and I like that we're getting into this really exciting stuff. But either way, that's it. Gonna end the video now. Like if you did like the video, comment down there to tell me what you thought of these 4 chapters, what you thought of my thoughts and reaction to them. Subscribe for more. The Promised Neverland, much more on the channel. Follow on Twitter if you want. I can try to keep you updated there and stuff for the channel or talk to you there. And if you want a link to our Discord server to talk to me or more of us on Discord, just ask and I can give you a link. That's it. Thank you once again for watching, and I'll see you all next time.